So today in this video, we will be reacting to slime glitterz. And yes, I subscribe to them. I subscribe. Look, here's proof. Okay, let's watch it.
Today, I'm transforming some of my worst slimes and giving them a makeover. Let's get started. Okay, so if you're a subscriber, you know that we've been doing a lot of short force slime makeovers and a lot of fixing our subscribers' slimes videos. And I thought it's probably time to give myself the same energy and look at the abandoned pile of slimes I have just sat waiting to be fixed. The first slime we have here is actually from a video, but it's just a pretty basic slime. It just seems like the clay is separated and almost dried the slime out a little bit. It doesn't feel awful, but it's also definitely not playable. So I knew that this would be one of the ones I tried to fix. Now, I didn't want to fix the whole batch in case this method didn't work, so I took a chunk out about the size of a regular container's worth and just chucked it in a bowl. My first goal with this slime was mainly just to get it a smooth consistency and kind of get rid of the lumps and the clay that hasn't mixed in. I knew that if I added glue and just mixed it up, it should hopefully soften the texture enough for us to blend the clay in and try and get rid of some of the lumps. This really didn't want to mix in, and it honestly took me like half an hour trying to get them to blend. The slime just became super stringy.
First of all, I do not know why you're using a spoon. Wait. You need a spoon. Oh my gosh. You sure do need a spoon with this sticky slime. I just realized the picture. Anyways, let's keep on reacting.
I just kept mixing, and it eventually formed a kind of fluffy texture that was quite nice. You might have spotted already, but there are actually
oops.
quite a few pearls in this slime. These were just a fun add-in for the video, but they don't add much to the texture, so I wanted to remove them. Now the slime was completely smooth, I thought it was probably time for me to dye it. I went with neon pink just because I feel like it'll make any slime look better, and it actually turned it into this kind of purpley pink shade that I really like. Obviously, I was not going to stop here, so I decided to add a block of Daiso soft clay just to give it a fluffier texture. It did feel quite fluffy already, but I wanted to make it more of a butter slime texture just because I prefer that. Once it had been fully mixed in, the slime felt amazing. It was super smooth and buttery, and I'd honestly consider this a completed fixed slime. However, I like to take things a little step further, so I decided I wanted to make a clay topper for it. I don't know why I chose a waffle to make for this, but I just thought it would kind of be cute on top of it. I wanted this to look as real as possible, so I mixed the brown and yellow to try and achieve the perfect waffle shape. I think I did pretty well, and it kind of even looked like cookie dough. I pressed the clay into the mold, and being honest, the first two attempts didn't work. It kind of just came out with this smushed looking waffle, but the third attempt, it came out perfectly and looked like a real waffle. Now, to match the aesthetic of the slime that we just fixed, I actually punched a heart shape in the middle of the waffle and filled it in with some pink clay just to make it look extra cute. Now the waffle was completed, it was time to assemble the slime. This is definitely my favorite part of these challenges because you get to see a completely different slime than you had before. I placed the waffle on top and added these sprinkles all around the edge of the slime just to fill in some of the space, and it was looking so cute. Of course, a waffle isn't a waffle if it doesn't have any syrup on it, so I added some pink clear slime around the edge.
First of all, that is beautiful. I'm saying beautiful, people. Beautiful. Let's keep on reacting.
Comment down below what flavor you think the syrup would be. But this is the final result. I thought this slime looked amazing. And I have to say, it's probably one of my favorite transformations so far. I feel like I say that in every video, but you can't tell me I'm wrong. This looks delicious.
It used to look delicious.
Next up, we have a batch of clear slime. This actually wasn't from a video though. This was from a different type of glue that I bought and tested out. And the glue smelled really bad and didn't
I don't smell nothing. Probably, let's see when this was posted. Oh my gosh, 6 months ago. No wonder why.
work, and as you can see, turned bright yellow. I didn't realize this at first, but it actually had a weird film on the top of it that made it feel like it wasn't sticky when it actually was. And it was sticking to literally everything. I took around the same amount of slime out and put it into a bowl, and knew that because it was so sticky, the first thing that I needed to fix was this, so I added some activator to it. I went straight in with my hands and mixed this together, and to be honest, I was
By the way, like and subscribe, please. I'm begging you. I really need this help. Let's keep on reacting.
Kind of expecting it to activate weirdly, and it did. It kind of just went really jelly and gummy, and not in a good way. I didn't really want to waste any more time mixing it together, so I just split it apart at this point and dyed each side. I dyed one side pink because I feel like it's such a strong color it would get rid of the yellow, and then I dyed the other side bright green because the yellow and green kind of blend together. Now, I did film me putting these into a container, but my camera ran out of storage, so just use your imagination. I let this sit for about a week in this container, and it cleared up really nicely. The colors blended together beautifully, and actually the texture went really glossy and smooth again, so all the bumps kind of just disappeared with time. However, this slime was tough. It was not fun to play with and just did not stretch. And it was at this point I had also realized all my hard work was pointless because I chose the two colors that would mix right back into the same shade of yellow, leaving me with the exact same slime, but tough. So it was back to the drawing board with this one, and I chucked it right back into the same bowl and added some glue. I just mixed this normally, and the glue actually went in pretty easily, so I can't really complain about this taking too long, and it actually formed a pretty nice slime. Now the base of the...
Like and subscribe to Slime Glitterz too. I might do more reacting, by the way. I might. And do traveling things, which the travel things would be in real life, by the way. So if my owners take me to places or anywhere, I will post them, okay? Okay. Anyways, back to the video.
slime was fixed, I knew I then needed to do something different. So what better way to fix a slime than add instant snow? I mixed this straight in as fast as I could because at this point I was just ready for this slime to be thick. It was taking its sweet time. Instant snow is one of those ingredients that can take forever to mix into slime, but because we added glue to the slime earlier, it kind of felt softer than usual and the snow went in pretty easily. I just kept mixing it together, and the color also kind of seemed to be like this peachy color, which I didn't hate, and overall the texture of the slime seemed to be fixed. Now the texture was done, it was time to change the look of it, and for some reason I just wanted to keep the pink theme going in this video, so I dyed one side neon pink and the other side I actually wanted to dye yellow instead of green because I wanted to give it like a pink lemonade type of vibe. I actually dyed the yellow a little bit brighter than I wanted it, but I think it actually made it look more tropical. I placed it into a container and swirled it around, and the colors blended together were so pretty. Of course I had to top it with some glitter, and I found this giant lemon slice charm just to top it off. As much as I did love the clear slime,
First of all, that is so cute. Like, literally cute. By the way, I love the lemon topping. Oh my gosh, that's so cute!
I think this turned out better, and I really love the color it blended to. It was kind of this coral tropical orange color, but I'm so glad this slime is finished because it took forever. Okay, so this next slime isn't technically one slime by itself. It's kind of just a mix of loads of different old slimes I've kind of just chucked in this bucket. So we have jelly slime, snowfish slime, this metallic slime, and kind of like one with a load of foam beads that kind of look like peas. So yeah, a kind of random mix.
First of all, that is very crusty, musty, that's very crusty, musty, dusty. I'm saying very crusty, musty. Very crusty, musty. Let's get back to the video.
Up. So I imagined this was gonna be a challenge. First things first, I added in some glue and some dish soap because my main goal of this was to try and thin out the slime as much as possible so we could remove any of the chunks that were giving it this kind of weird, gross texture. I went in with my hands and just started mixing it, trying to like...
First of all, why are you using your hands? Why? What? I thought you were using the spoon. I thought you like spoons. I thought you were gonna use the spoon for the mix. Because slime is very sticky.
Really get it into all of the slime, and it was melting it, but just not enough really for the slime to separate, so I added some more dish soap and just mixed that in. This did seem to help it slightly. It didn't remove all of the stringiness, but I decided to let it sit for a while to see if the stuff would rise to the top so I could easily remove it. And just like that, 15 minutes later, all of the beads had risen to the top. I used my spatula and removed as many of these as I could off the top of the slime. I knew I probably couldn't get rid of all of them, but I didn't mind if a few was later. All of the beads remove all of the stringiness, but I decided to let it sit for a while to see if the stuff would rise to the top so I could easily remove it. And just like that, 15 minutes later, all of the beads had risen to the top. I used my spatula and removed as many of these as I could off the top of the slime. I knew I probably couldn't get rid of all of them, but I didn't mind if a few were still in there. Now that I'd removed the majority of the beads, I just mixed the entire slime together and activated it like a normal slime. Of course, nothing's ever as easy as I think it's gonna be, and all of the kind of stringy bits of slime I tried to remove and the chunks of the jelly cube had all sunk to the bottom, and I didn't really notice them at first, but once I went in with my hands, I tried to remove as many of them as I could just to get the texture as smooth as we can. After removing these, I just mixed the slime with my hands and really tried to knead out any lumps and clumps that were still left in it. After mixing it, it did get slightly smoother, but as you can kind of see, it's still quite chunky. I knew that I couldn't really remove the plastic snow that was already in this, so I thought, why don't I just add more and turn it into a snowfish slime? The only concern I had with this is that sometimes when you add soap to a slime, it can alter the texture and make the snow not stick to it as much, but luckily this worked really well. And in fact, I think it made it stick even more. This really did feel like one of the best snow fizz slimes I've ever played with, and I'm wondering if the soap actually made it more fizzy and even crunchier than it usually is. I actually kind of like the green color of this, but I wanted to spice it up, so I added some turquoise dye to give it a really bright, vibrant color. The green and the blue kind of blended together to give this neon blue. It was really pretty. I kind of wanted to leave it marbled, but I ended up just mixing it in because I thought a solid color might look better. Of course, like usual, I popped it into a fresh container and swirled the top of it so that we could then decorate it. I really didn't know what vibe to go for, so I added some of these foam beads, even though I spent ages just removing them. But it kind of reminded me of Sully from Monsters Inc. until I added this axolotl charm. I hope I'm saying that right. I topped it with this super cute sprinkle mix to kind of make it look like a party on the top of the slime, and I was so impressed with how cute this looked. I've probably said that for the 100th time this video, but I don't even care. I feel like the blue and the pink and all of the glitter and everything just went together so well. I honestly would buy this slime. I don't know what I would call it though, because it's kind of a mix of random things that just work together, but in a weird way. Kinda like the slime we had to begin with. Well, this was so much fun. It was about time I fixed some of my own slimes, and I really enjoyed doing it. It's always so crazy to me how different these slimes look from start to finish. And I think that's what makes these videos so fun to make, because you kind of don't know what you're gonna get. If you enjoyed watching this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more uploads from me in the future, make sure to hit subscribe. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.